and independence comes from freedom. They kind of go hand in hand. So let's think about this. During bad storms, rolling blackouts, government intervention. We've had a lot of government intervention the last few years. Again, not saying they're harming us or helping us or what have you. However, if we're depending on those things, we're always going to do whatever they say to do to get our food, to get our medicines, to get the things that we're needing. Podcast food. What do you think?
I like coming in here talking to them.
Hey, we changed locations. We're trying to find the best location that's going to get good sound, that's not echoing, but also has good lighting. So we've kind of come to this room. We're going to commandeer it for a little bit anyway.
We'll see how it goes.
So, topic 2, podcast 2. We hope you liked the last one. Let us know, and if you hadn't seen the first one, please, we'll leave it down here in the comments below, and also link it somewhere like up here. I don't know which side it goes to. One of these sides, and that way you can tell me if you think about that, what you think about that one, and also what you think about this one. So today's topic is what?
Don't ask me.
Oh my gosh, you can't even remember.
I was just going to tell you what last time's was.
All right, you tell me what last time it is, and then we'll talk about today's.
About the importance of growing your food, and along those topics, this really ties into what we're talking about today.
So today, the question is food freedom? When we think about all the craziness that we've had in the world the last probably 2 or 3 years, and we've all felt different variances.
Especially, oh my gosh, the last few weeks.
I know.
The
Stress
tensions.
levels.
Yes.
So when we say what is freedom and is freedom food, there's times when we think, okay, do we have enough? We think of money. We think of having a home, not having debts and cards and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes down to it, we have to feed our family. Yeah. We can't eat a $1 bill, can we?
Mm-mm.
It wouldn't taste that good.
It wouldn't be good. No, I agree there. No telling what kind of germs would be
on
that.
top of that.
But knowing that really money is only going to take you so far, right. And you do have to have money to an extent, but money, you have to have food to live, okay? Food is a necessity for life sustaining. And
let's think about that for a second. Okay, so if you hear about the fact of inflation and we see that things are going up in price, well, let's use that to our advantage as people who grow their own food, or people who buy in bulk, or people who preserve food, because that's really all what we're talking about. If we have the food at this X dollar amount of how we grew it, or what we're eating, or what we're buying in bulk, by this time 6 months from now, that food cost will go up, the dollar's down, so therefore you're investing in your food. And as Misty said, money only takes us so far. Money is really, the only reason we want money is to then turn around and buy the food to take care of our family. So if we're growing our own food, or if we're preserving our food, or we're buying in bulk and then putting it up, like Misty said, I think in the last vlog, she talked about how it's important to put up just a little bit extra, or buy one extra thing like laundry detergent. We see that cost is going up. So actually, you can look at it as an investment. Well, that was actually on our Pantry
tour, and if you haven't seen that, y'all be sure to check that out, because that is great. That is a great eye-opener of, and even if you're just getting started, let that be just one step, that you're going in the right direction.
Again, we will link that video above us too. But the importance of understanding the inflation and the interest of the cost, the dollar going down, by having those extra products, it allows you to feel like, hey, I'm investing in my future, not money-wise or retirement-wise, but with food. And so that gives us a different freedom there.
Something, too, that's tangible, that can't get taken away from you. You're not going to lose it. It's there. It's yours. And like I mentioned earlier, you have to have it to live.
And actually, it may have a better bartering chip than what money has. Because if we're able to then turn around and have enough food for us, which is the main goal, but to then be able to help others or help our family members, or switch things out and barter that.
Or maybe something else that we might would need.
That's exactly right. That's what's so important. I was telling someone the other day, Misty bartered some of our milk for eggs because our eggs were down. How important is that to have? So we had food to be able to provide someone else, and they had food to provide for us. So by having that freedom to utilize with our community, it made it really worth it.
But what about for somebody who doesn't grow a lot, or doesn't like milk cows or raise chickens? So give some ideas of something that somebody could do.
We were talking a while ago. If you think about tomato sauce or tomato paste, we use that in a lot of our products for food. We grow tomatoes. We actually have, if you look at our Facebook page and follow us on Facebook, Misty just shared a picture of tomatoes that we grew in the winter. How cool is that? But those tomatoes won't take a family of 8 all year long or even to spring. So it's a great substitute to have. But we still have to buy like tomato sauce and tomato paste. That's very cheap right now. Things like that, buying organic tomato sauce is cheap. Say we need 10. We buy 10 cans. Well, let's buy 12 or 15. So sometimes we may want to say, okay, let's buy a little bit more than we think we need for this time period, because ultimately we'll save over time. Laundry detergent, I brought that up again. To me, that has went up astronomical to just wash clothes. Well, we're a family of 8. We go through a lot of laundry. But by having just a little extra time to buy another $16 thing of laundry detergent, or if you're buying in bulk and buying 5 gallons.
And not all at one time, like we've talked about on our Pantry tour video and stuff like that. It's not an all at one time type thing. Right. It is when you go to the grocery store, if you're not raising a lot of your food or growing a lot of your own food, hey, I'm going to go to the grocery store and this time I'm going to buy extra toothpaste. The next time I go, I'm going to spend $2 or $3 extra buying a bag of rice. And over time, you're building up your stock supply, and then before you know it, you'll have a lot of food and hygiene items that we talk a lot about in that video put back, and you'll be able to say, well, hey, I didn't really miss $2 or $3 here, $2 or $3 there. And for the things that are more expensive, like laundry detergent and stuff like that, you can cut stuff out. And we've talked about this before. Just something as simple as going out to eat can be very, very expensive. For a big, huge family. So for us, it costs a lot of money. So just by knocking one going out to eat or cooking and then eating leftovers instead of going out to eat saves you so much money.
2 quick points I want to make. First off, we hear all the time from our local friends and also people who follow us is that, what if we just don't have the extra money to buy those things? So then we go back to the videos we've made about budgeting, understanding the value of what you have.
And those are great videos too. Y'all check those out.
I love coffee. I'm a coffee person. I mean, ask my wife, I love coffee. And not only do I love coffee, when we go somewhere, I like to buy coffee. Now, coffee is not cheap when you buy it from a store. I mean, you think of Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or whatever you buy your coffee. It's expensive. So let's say for people who are usually buying their coffee every day, or you're buying a burger for lunch instead of bringing a sandwich, just those few dollars can add up to be a lot of money. So a cup of coffee may cost $4 to $5. That doesn't seem like a lot, but if you do that 3 times a week, that's $15. You do that 3 weeks, that's $45. That's a lot of money.
Or I think about something as simple as coming from a woman's perspective of somebody say, well, I have to go get my nails done. And that's like $45 you can save, because if you look at where we are in America right now, we're so volatile, and we're on the brink of an economical collapse. And if you're not familiar with what's going on, you need to get with the program. Take things simple, like I might not have to have my nails done this month, so I can buy extra this, and put up for my family. And Colby hit the nail on the head when he said, what is your priority?
That's right. It's definitely prioritizing. And we're not saying sacrificing living in a cardboard box, but we are saying you can make sacrifices this 1 week or this 2 weeks or this month.
And then that adds up.
To add up to really buy those extra things. So when we talk about freedoms, when we talk about foods, it's important to say we've got to make sacrifices for our family to sometimes be able to take care of our family, especially in such a volatile time of life that we're going through. Mm-hmm. And independence comes from freedom. They kind of go hand in hand. So let's think about this. During bad storms, rolling blackouts, government intervention. We've had a lot of government intervention the last few years. Again, not saying they're harming us or helping us or what have you. However, if we're depending on those things, we're always going to do whatever they say to do to get our food, to get our medicines, to get the things that we're needing. But to have the freedom to have your own foods, to have your own hygiene items, to have the things you're needing to sustain and to take care of your family,
It is a sense of freedom.
It is. And it allows you to say, you know what, I have a little bit more independence where I can make my decisions based on what I believe in the liberties I have on my farm or my homestead or in my apartment. To have those things that we cherish, but when it comes down to it, money's not that. It's food. It's to take care of us. What can we eat? What can we put in our body to keep us going? It's the freedom that we really need.
But what about if somebody doesn't have any room in their pantry or laundry room for anything extra?
So here's what I say. We're doing a talk at the expo, and this kind of goes hand in hand with it. Is think of dehydration. Think of freeze-dried foods. Think of putting stuff like squirrels wherever you can fit it. We literally have canned food all over our house. We look like squirrels and chipmunks in our house. But it brings value. Again, we know where that food's at. We know how important it is. We're not depending on Walmart or Sam's Club or whatever it is to run to the store and go get it when it gets really bad.
And I would recommend anywhere, extra closets, places like we mentioned, laundry rooms. I wouldn't go bathroom route. Like if you have an extra,
you don't want to read like tomato sauce while you're on the toilet.
Tomato sauce, I would be fine with that. But thinking like foods that moisture might affect, I wouldn't do like bathroom or like steam showers and stuff like that. Now canned foods, I probably would just
wouldn't care. We have it everywhere.
Don't test me because I have food everywhere.
We'll be eating chips on the toilet.
But what I'm saying is, think about like any extra drawers you have in bedrooms. Like maybe you have extra quilts or blankets. Get those out. Put those on your bed. Maybe so you can utilize those shelves and cabinets for extra canned goods, chips. Whatever, bags of rice, whatever that you have that you're going to put up.
We literally just took 2 pieces of furniture and moved them around when we were doing, if you watched the last vlog, you saw us doing the floors. We took 2 pieces of furniture out, utilized them somewhere else. Those 2 places where those furniture were, we then turned around and put food on it.
Yep.
Now, and we're people who really put up a lot of food. But again, we're saying, hey, no excuses. Got to put it more. Got to make sure we have more room to put this up. So that's what we did.
So the question was, does food make you have a sense of freedom? And I would definitely say yes.
Yes.
Because once you have your food, you're not dependent on if something happens or whatever, right? You're not saying, well, I have to comply with this or I have to do this because I have to have that food because you have it.
It's getting there. We see all over the world, not just America, but we see all over the world where martial law. We see wars. We see things that are happening. Yeah, emergency acts, which the U.S. does have. So if we have to depend on the government to provide for us, then we're going to always be at their beck and call. Please don't do that to your family. Have freedom in food by doing all you can. If it's not growing it, stockpile it.
And I will say this: if you are in a place where you can voice your opinion and be punished for that, like not being able to have access to your banking account, that is major issues. Okay, yep. That is if you can't voice your opinion. I mean, that is a right for you to be able to voice your opinion, and no matter who likes it or not. And you are punished by that, by not being able to get to your bank account. That is a major problem. Things are going south, and they're going south fast.
And you think about that. So if you couldn't get to your money, do you have enough food to make it through the week? Do you have enough food to make it through the month?
So food is freedom.
So put up 6 to 12 months. Challenge you. Put up 6 to 12 months. Don't think you can't do it. Every step helps. Every little extra can of corn or green beans or frozen food, whatever you can put up, please put up, because it's so important to have that freedom. During COVID, during all the things that we've had the last 3 years, the stress of not having food was never really a part of our life because we had put up so much food.
We live on a farm.
We live on a farm. But then there's things we can't grow, and we still had stockpile food.
But talking to the people that don't live on a farm or can't grow a ton of food because you have a full-time job, there are still other ways. And like Colby said earlier, and again, I think he really hit it. No excuses, y'all. No excuses. Now is the time. Things are only going to get more expensive. So invest in now. No excuses. Food will ultimately
side. And that way you can tell me if you think about that, what you think about that one, and also what you think about this one. So today's topic is what?
Don't ask me.
Oh my gosh, you can't even remember.
I was just going to tell you what last time's was.
All right, you tell me what last time it is, and then we'll talk.
Because, like we mentioned, food is. I looked off again. I was like talking over there. Cut that out.
All right. So, I had a second point. What was that second point? You started talking. I couldn't remember.
Can just cut it off and we'll pick back up.
All right.
Because I'm like looking at the fishing pole while I'm telling them what to do.
Investing in food is the best way you can do. I'm not going to say that. Let me go back. I keep losing my train of thought.
Happy homesteading, y'all.